Hello everyone and welcome again to Cooking with a Twist. In today's recipe we're making two types of crepes. I've got some savory ones with all vegetables, and on this side I've got a dessert one with strawberry, bananas, and Nutella. You can make it with anything that you would like. This is my version. If you would like to see the amounts, they're down in the description box below. For your crepe batter you want to have equal parts flour and liquid. You could use any kind of liquid, either you want to make it all water, milk, or even cashew or coconut milk. I'm going to go ahead and pour that in. And your eggs. Mix it up a little bit before we blend it up. And I like to infuse mine with vegetables just to give it an extra flavor. Give this a good stir, that way it makes it easier for my blender to mix. Got some bell pepper and serrano because I like a little spice. And there we go. Batter is all done. A little hint of greenness. So I got my heat on medium high and lightly coat my pan with butter. You could use olive oil, but I like the flavor that this gives it. All right. So I'll bring your heat down to medium. Once you feel, kind of run my hand to feel the heat. There's two ways to do this. You could either pour the batter with a large spoon and then kind of swirl it around to make sure that all of the pan gets coated, or you can use a little container or a cup like this, pour it around in a circle, and then with your pan you slowly start swirling, doing this motion. So I'll show you in just a bit. And depending on how thick you want your crepe, some people like it very thin, so you can use about 1/4 of a cup to 1/2 a cup. And then if you want it any thicker, then more than that. And you want to work quick with your batter because it starts cooking up fairly fast. So start doing this motion. Make sure that your entire non-stick pan is covered in it. The way you start telling that this starts cooking up is because it starts bubbling, if you could see that. Once that happens, it also gets darker. It's not as light white like this. So I kind of let it finish up. So now you can see that it's all bubbled up. And I don't like to overcook mine because I like to eat it with raw vegetables and kind of have the cheese melt on there. So I just lightly like to have it cooked and then let the rest of the vegetables cook up on that. So now I sprinkle a little cheese. And I like to use feta cheese because it's really salty. And if you notice, I didn't add any salt to my batter. And I start layering it with all my vegetables. Love zucchini. Like to add mushrooms. You could also saute your vegetables before you add them on if you don't want that raw taste. Tomatoes. Onion. Spinach. There's different ways of folding your crepes. I prefer the rolling method, cut it like a burrito at an angle. I'm gonna just do that again. Now let it cook just a tiny bit so that cheese can melt. And this is the way I like to roll mine. So I'm gonna let this cook up just a tiny bit more so that cheese can melt. And then I'm going to do the same with the sweet crepe. So it's going to be the same batter, same method. I just won't be adding those peppers because I don't want it spicy. For the sweet one, I'm going to put this coconut oil down at the bottom. You could use a brush to even it out. I get my crepe going. What I like to do to make it a little easier to fill my crepe, what I do is the little oil that's left on that spoon, I use it to help me scoop out the Nutella. You can use a spatula to spread your Nutella, but for me this is a lot easier. And when I'm ready to fill, I'll just snip the bottom corner. For me, because this method is easier, I'm going to pour my batter in here. So I'm going to snip that bit. And I'm going to bring down the heat. I'm going to start filling this. And start adding all of my fruit to it. And you can add more Nutella or different toppings. I don't have to do this exactly. I'm just showing you just the basics. Press it down and bring it to the side. I'm going to let this sit just for another minute so that Nutella can melt. And that is it, guys. This is pretty much it on how to make these crepes. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.